Hello YouTube, I'm going to be reviewing Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm going to rate this by story, graphics, and gameplay. So here we go. The story is not that bad. It's actually pretty different and new. It's about this kid that comes into Rockport City. He's new to the place. He wins a couple races, meets some friends like Raj and Mia, and then he comes across Razor, this punk who's blacklist number 15. The blacklist is a row of 15 drivers that are the most wanted in Rockport City. He gets challenged by Razor and ends up being defeated. He lost in the race because Razor sabotaged his car. So he loses and gets his car taken by Razor. And Razor uses that car to go up to number 1 on the blacklist. So he's the most wanted driver. With Mia's help, he got out of jail. The player got out of jail, which is you, and helps you get a new car to get your car back from Razor. The only problem is there's also you have to go through the entire Blacklist 15 to actually get to Razor, because he's got a lot of reputation now. The story's not that bad. It's different, it's new, something you don't really come across in these type of games, because this isn't about like Need for Speed Underground, where you have to just feel like challenging this random dude, because you're being challenged by this guy. And not only just does the free roam make it even better, but also the police do to make it even more interesting. But let's go to the gameplay now. The gameplay is amazing. Something I've never come across in a game before. This is the first game for Need for Speed to do free roam on. And the map is huge. I'll show you. The map is very large. There are 3 different areas. There's Camden Point, or Camden Beach, Gray Point, Rosewood, where you start out, and Rockport. The place is giant. There are tons, not only different curbs and turns, but also ways for you to move around and stuff, get used to. If you play the game for a long time, you actually get used to the city and be able to know it from your heart, from head to toe. You'll know every shortcut and everything if you just really get to know this and concentrate more. Now, the newest feature they offered was the police. Well, they actually offered it before in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Very true. And that was pretty much a prototype to see what would happen if they included cops in the game, and it was a huge success. So they decided to do something new, even newer, cops with free roam. Now, they made pretty much, to my thought, the best game that came out for the Xbox 360, the GameCube, and the PS2. Because when it added with free roam, it just pretty much changed the way you looked at video games and racing games. Well, the police are not only a whole new feature, but also it gave light to Need for Speed. Because the cops are highly skilled by each heat level. There are 7 heat levels. Number 1 is just average cruisers that are very slow. If you actually gone forward in the game, they're not really that fast, and they're very poor and very weak, so you can take them out easily. Heat level 2 is a little bit they actually get better, but the only thing is that they still suck. Same thing, except you add roadblocks to it, really. Heat level 3 is with Pontiac GTOs, which you can buy in this game. Let's see, they're more skilled. They actually have light SUVs, which is pretty cool. Heat level 4 is even tougher. This is when actually you need your skills for this. It's when you not only they got spike strips now and helicopters that are going after you, and heavy SUVs, so that it gets even harder. Heat level 5 is the hardest you can get in the average free roam. It's super hard. It's actually a lot harder than it sounds. There are Corvettes and they're super strong, so it takes you a lot to actually get rid of them. Oops. And they have same thing, spike strips, more spike strips. They're highly skilled. They have they're using every tactic against you to arrest you. And when you're arrested, you get money taken out too, or you could use markers when you beat blacklist members. Let's see what else. Heavier SUVs than that, too. Heat level 6 is even harder than that, surprisingly. It's got the SUVs actually follow you as well. Instead of just ramming into you and then running away from you, they follow you around and try to hit you and stuff. And Heat level 6 has a lot more enemies too. It's pretty much the same as Heat level 5, except they're more aggressive. Heat level 7, it's only heavy SUVs, nothing else. Nobody else is gonna go after you. It's just heavy SUVs, and it's actually kind of difficult to get rid of if you really know how to use pursuit breakers wisely. Pursuit breakers are they're kind of like a shortcut or a way to get rid of the cops easily. You bump into one, and it will knock down a certain structure with a red triangle. Knock down a certain structure or anything, and you'll be able to the cops will like lower. You'll mobilize them a lot easier. So yeah. They're also hiding places in case that you need to run away from the cops. There's a cooldown mode, which allows you. That's when the cops can't find you, and you're looking for a way to escape. That's when the hiding spots come up. That way, it can find you an easy way of getting rid of the cops for good. The free roam is really good. It's like I said before, it's a huge open road. It's got tons of shortcuts you'll get to know too, and that's that. Now for the graphics. The graphics are actually not bad for a GameCube game. I must admit they have really tried on making this okay, and they actually have. There are a lot of glitches. Well, not a lot of glitches, but I've only found like 4 or 5 glitches in this game. And it's not bad to me. It's not really that bad. So you gotta give them credit for actually doing something like this. Let's see, the races. They're great. There are 2 new added features. There is toll booth, a speed trap, oh yeah, and drag. Since Underground 2, they made drift on that. I think it's drift, I don't know. Drift or drag, I'm not sure. But still, it's new. Speed trap is there are certain points during a race. Like it's kind of like a sprint race. There are certain points in the part of the race where it adds your miles per hour up together, and whoever has the most wins. And toll booth is getting from one point to the other, using using a time limit. So if you run out of time, you lose the race. If you still have spare time when you reach the finish line, you win, of course. So that's my review for Need for Speed Most Wanted, and the rating from 1 to 10, I would give it a 9.2 out of 10. There could have been some better stuff, but they really outdid themselves for EA and Need for Speed. So I gotta give congratulations. So 9.2 out of 5. I mean 9.2 out of 10. Thanks for watching.